What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM, coming to you live from the 80s. So we're trying my new format where instead of I just shove a whole bunch of news down your throat, I chop it up into little teeny bits and try and keep them under 20 minutes. Remember a while back there was this short-lived phenomenon called Stranger Things? I don't know, you may have heard of it, you may not. And Stranger Things had, a vague connection with a certain 1980s tabletop role-playing game. So, everyone to milk the merchandising, Hasbro released a Stranger Things Dungeons & Dragons version. Now that enters into the weird, nebulous area of, is it an official game? Is it a 5e game? Is it a separate game? Does it count as its own edition, like BX and Homer and all those other versions? Do you put it on the timeline of versions of Dungeons & Dragons, or does it not count? I don't know. I suppose it depends upon how different it is. Well, anyways, if you never got a chance to pick it up, it's available for free. So you can get it for free. No, not the box set that it came in, but the PDF of the rules and everything they made. Now, there's a couple interesting things about this, other than it's, just a chance to get the Stranger Things starter set for free, and maybe see how it's different from normal 5e. One, it's a PDF. Two, it is on the Hasbro site, not the Wizards of the Coast site. And it says very clearly, Hasbro Dungeons & Dragons. It does also say Wizards of the Coast, but very clearly, big letters, Hasbro Gaming. Then teeny little letters, Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons & Dragons starter set. Now, what is included in this? It's the Dungeons & Dragons themed around Stranger Things. So, I guess it's modern day, 1980s, urban fantasy. It comes with a detailed rules, adventure book, and game dice. Obviously, since this is a free PDF, you don't get dice, so whoever wrote this probably needs to be reprimanded. Because you can't print dice. You can print out, 3D printable dice, of course, but it doesn't say that. And you would be charging me a lot more if it had that. It also says it comes from a couple character record sheets, including character record sheets depicting your favorite characters from Stranger Things. And it includes 2 figures of Demogorgon. No, it does not, because again, this is a PDF. So again, whoever wrote this needs to be reprimanded and remind people that this is a PDF for free. You are not getting any figures. So, I was curious about this one because I was like, is this D&D? Is this a D&D game based upon the D&D game they were playing in Stranger Things? Because that was not 5th edition. That was AD&D because 5th edition was not out in the 80s. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons and D&D 3rd edition, those would all have been around that time. But in the 80s, it was AD&D and AD&D 2nd edition. So they would have been playing that. So is this a update on the version of AD&D? Is it its own thing? And if it's its own thing, does it count as a separate edition of Dungeons & Dragons in the Dungeons & Dragons timeline? Is it a novelty? So I'm curious about it, which is why I am going to download it, because I'm just kind of curious as to what was in it and how they did Stranger Things 1980s D&D, as opposed to all the other companies who tried to milk the Stranger Things phenomenon. Also, it specifically says it's from Hasbro, and it is on the Hasbro site, not the Wizards of the Coast site. So Hasbro is taking their first very subtle step to separate themselves from Wizards of the Coast and specifically let us know that this is from Hasbro Gaming, not Wizards of the Coast. So suck it. Because this could mean something, or it could mean nothing. Because let's face it, whoever wrote this obviously just copy and pasted the original product info from whenever this was originally released and didn't pay attention to the fact that, no, this is a PDF. You are not getting dice or a Demogorgon. So the fact that it is on the Hasbro site could mean something, or it could just mean it's another Wizards of the Coast idiot who doesn't know how to do their job and is getting paid way too much money. What's my job? You're the photocopy guy. Oh, really? But we don't call you the photocopy guy. We call you the vice president of digital reproduction. Woo! Do I make more money? No, but you get a free cookie. And you get to add that to your resume. Vice President of Digital Reproduction. I like that. So yeah, link down below if you want to download your own copy and see what it is. I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's free. Can't go wrong with free. Yeah, so what do you think of the new format? Let me know. Do you have any plans to download this? Let me know. Do you think it's just a flash in the pan that we should ignore? Let me know. Do you think it's important that it says specifically it's from Hasbro and it's available on the Hasbro site and not on the Wizards of the Coast site? Or is it just a mistake? And no, just again, you do not get dice or the Demogorgon figure for downloading the free PDF. Maybe there's a coupon in there, but it doesn't say that. But then it reads like the guy just copy and pasted the original post from the back of the thing from a couple of years ago when this came out. Stranger Things is done, right? I don't think there's going to be a 5th season. Is there? Anybody know? Anybody care? All right, let me know what you're thinking about this and whether you're going to pick it up or not. What do you think about the new format? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are you thinking about today? Where should we talk about next in our never-ending quest to make sense of the tabletop role-playing game roller coaster that is my life? Share, subscribe, and buy my merch. I will talk to you later.